Welcome back to the Technobi channel. Besides meat and coconut fiber water, coconut also has many benefits. Can be used for road construction, erosion prevention and others. To help stabilize the soil in the construction of the coconut coir road will be processed first to become coir geotextile or coconut fiber nets. And the following is coconut processing. To be used as road material. In textiles it is usually used as stabilization of the geotextile soil itself. Divided into two types, namely geotextile, artificial and natural or natural geotextile. Natural textiles have several kinds. The material used is as made of coconut coir or that, also known as coir textile. To make a coil requires a few. The first process is to make the rope. Coconut husk first. In making this coconut coir rope, the first step is to prepare the coir. Coconut that has been peeled and left dry first. The dried coir. Then put on the conveyor. To the crusher machine. On the machine, coconut coir will be crushed up into thin coconut husks. Then the coconut fiber that has been destroyed will be placed on the area. Storage for drying until dry. After drying out, coconut is put back into the conveyor to the coconut coir decomposer machine, and this coir decomposer machine is shaped cylinder with lots of sharp spikes that surrounds him. In the coconut husk decomposition machine, coir will be unraveled until it becomes clean of dirt. When finished, later fiber will put into the spinning machine. With the machine, coconut fiber will be spun into coconut fiber rope. And to make rope storage easier, coconut coir will be processed again to the machine reel, which then becomes a rope. Coconut coir in the form of rolls. In making rope can also be made in the conventional way, that is fiber. Coconut coir will be brought by the para worker. After that, fiber will be inserted into the coir spinning machine. This coconut spinner machine too manually driven by a workers by rotating. After being processed coconut coir rope, next is to make it happen. Coconut coir net or coir geotextile. This manufacture can be done by manually or using a machine, and if using the manual method of this process, much like weaving threads into sheets of cloth using tools, traditional weaving. While the easiest way to form the core geotextile is use machine. A roll of coconut coir rope will then placed in position. Each rope from the reel will be inserted into the machine. Weaving. Later the machine will make geotextile coil with spacing between ropes, which varies. One of the country's famous wool player textiles production is India. India supplies about 66% of the total textile coil needs globally. India has a lot of coconut plantations. With so many coconut plants, they use it in development. Highways, especially in rural areas. About 69% of the total population of India living in rural areas and villages. It requires a lot of highways in order to be able to connect one village to another village quickly. Use of textile coils or nets. This coconut coir is in road construction considered cheaper than the material. Other use on highways. Function to strengthen the upgrade or boundary land before the road is carried out. Paving. When used as a material, construction of this textile coil highway can last up to 5 to 6 years. After 6 years of coconut coir nets on, the highway will decompose gradually. Experience. And even though it has decomposed, the highway who use this textile coil will Stay strong. Highway construction process. Using textile coils is also very easy and doesn't take long. Prepared base layer. Then it will be compacted evenly. Using a connector. Then the base soil layer will be analyzed the density if the results. The compaction is not maximal yet. Will be compacted again. Subgrade compaction is very important process at the moment. Road construction because it determines the final result after the path is completed. Built. When compaction has been completed, then on the basic ground is given several rolls of para textile coils. Workers will unfurl the textile coils evenly. Then the textile coat already. Those spreads will be checked for. See the neatness of the coil arrangement. Then at each end of end, textile coil joints will be supplied. Special clamp to keep it stable and not moving while for the part. The remaining coil will be folded and neatly tied, as well as the joints between the nets. Also tied to the distance that has been determined. The next process is hoarding the coil. Geotextile with sub-layer material. Base using heavy equipment after backfilled they will even out the layers. Such then this layer will be compacted with a compactor. The layers of this path are numerous. They also put gravel in the ground above the sub-base layer on top of the rock. The pebbles are then given rocks with small sizes. Serves to close the pores. After that they will carry out the process. Compaction again. After solid layer then given. Binder earth then sprinkled with water and compacted again until smooth later. When finished the path will be left for a few days in order dry up. After it dries up on the way then given rocks of rather size large then add again with small stones in the pores. Next is watering with the inclusion of the emulsion. Continued with prime coat and also a fray. Then the last process is road paving.